Spirit Radio, Dan Style. This is channel, of course, is Dan Radio Style. Welcome, thank you. Got another show here, of course. It's kind of like a duh, because, right, you just clicked on it, so obviously you're aware there's another show. And you're probably equally aware, though more so than I am currently, because, think of it like this is live right now for me, and for you, it's whenever the heck. It's Memorex for the old school people. But this is called Calm in the Midst of the Storm. A friend of mine, let's do the business. Sorry, I've got to get better at this. The business, of course, is, please email me at spiritradio.danstyle, all one word, of course, spiritradio.danstyle @gmail.com. Please subscribe. I always appreciate that. In fact, I lost my first subscriber. It was fantastic. It was not the person I was afraid it was, although that could still be coming. We don't know. But needless to say, I think I know who it was, and that makes perfect sense, but whatever. Whatever the case is, I'm hoping to gain more. I mean, I've been gaining them, right? So it's kind of fun. I don't know. Like, this is new to me. At first, I was like, well, I'll just do this for the fun of doing it. And now it's like, ooh, there's analytics and there's little graphs, and I can see the people that don't want to hide from me that they subscribed and blah, blah, blah. So it's very cool. And I always appreciate it. And other than one junk mail, I have not gotten any email yet. And that junk mail was kind of cool. It was weird products. I don't know who sent it, but thank you. Anywho, there is a Twitter thing, and at some point I'm going to figure out a way to tell people what my Twitter name is. I honestly, at the top of my head, am trying to figure it out, and it's probably not going to go well. I don't know. It's like, I don't even know what it is. At some point, I'm going to link my Twitter, both. I'm going to link in my Twitter account. I do post to it currently, I believe, but it'll be fun to go the other direction on it. Maybe there'll be some people out there that actually listen to this that maybe have a Twitter account. I don't know. I'm so new to this whole social media thing. And Facebook will probably come at some point. I'm fighting it like the plague, but as kind of the point of the show, as we're going to get into, there's a lot of things that I've been fighting over the past few years, I should say. And certain people, especially someone in particular, but even others, but primarily one's just made such a big difference on so many levels of me just accepting that I kind of got to get on the train and just kind of move along. Now, there are still things that I've had experiences that I don't necessarily want to go backwards on. But for the most part, I've just been very resistant to change, to accepting, I guess, really a lot of this new age that we live in. And so it's time to embrace it a little more fully. So today kind of has to do with coincidences, but also staying positive. I don't know, a friend of mine and me were talking yesterday. Jeff, I've mentioned him before. We were talking, and he kind of had mentioned that, it's like it'd be a good idea for me to have like my core topic and then maybe do some other, topics here and there and whatnot. And I was thinking about it. It's like, well, my core topic really is like being positive, like being in the moment, being positive, things along those lines. I mean, friends of mine that know me, they know I love to try to blow sunshine up their backsides, if you will. I really, really get a big kick out of trying to keep things in the positive, try to spread that love and joy. And so I think that's probably going to be the core. I think I'm good at it. So frankly, I think that's what we're going to call my core. So I'll probably do a decent number of shows kind of varying around that. And when there's nothing in particular, I don't know, newsworthy or noteworthy or anything like that, a lot of times I'm probably just going to talk about aspects of where I am, how I'm moving through life, how I navigate these waters, how I've managed to let go and just kind of go with the flow. And that's really, in my mind, I can say all I want to say, but also demonstrating it has always been key to me. And since this is a medium where you guys don't get to see me per se, or, well, actually most of the people that listen know me, but at some point there's going to be people that don't know me. I'm kind of what I say I am. I operate this way. I trip out when I have coincidence. I'll be like, oh my God, you would never believe what happened. Text, right? I mean, it is who I am, and it's very, very fascinating. Bugging the crap out of my friend yesterday. We're everywhere. I've been seeing 4s. Number 4 has been cracking me up. In fact, I want to pull that up because that's kind of an interesting coincidence to start everything off. And as I've said numerous times, that the numerology stuff is huge. Actually, it'd just be easier to do this on the web here. The numerology stuff is huge for me, and it is kind of core. I mean, it's I don't know if I've shared this site. I think I gave hints at it at some other show in the past. And so that's going to have to be good enough for the big picture. But repeating number 4 is, I'm not going to read all of it because there's a lot of stuff in here. But the number 4 represents the 4 elements: the air, fire, water, and earth, the 4 sacred directions: north, south, east, west. It does symbolize the principle of putting ideas into form, and it signifies work and productivity. The essence of the number 4 is security, diligent work, and strong foundations. It is constructive, realistic, traditional, cautious, and is the number of system, order, and management. This vibration is to do with energy, harmony, and cooperation, and it is the door to illumination and or initiation. And since the triples and the quadruples have been the big ones for me lately, the triple 4s, and the quadruples aren't all that different, but the triple 4s is the message of the 444 angel number sequence is that you have nothing to fear. All is as it should be. All is well. Things that you have been working on or with will be successful. Repeating angel number 444 is an indication that you are being surrounded by angels who love and support you, and their help is close at hand always. And of course, number 4444, or 44s, if you will, when that appears repeatedly, it is an indication that you are surrounded by your angels. The angels are at your side to reassure you of their presence, love, and help. The angels are watching out for you and supporting you in your work and day-to-day life. They encourage you to continue working towards your goals and aspirations as success and achievement are ahead of you. Angels number 4444 is a message that help is nearby, and all you need to do is ask for angelic assistance and guidance. So this is truly how I live. I like have these discussions with my angels, my higher self, with God. I really call it any number of things. I do believe in God, so I use all those words for all of my audience. There's certainly some of my audience I know for sure is a bit on the Christian base, and that's awesome. So, I listen to God. I talk to God. But I also think God has other names, and I think God's okay with me saying that. He created this wonderful universe. He created all these angels. He created all these experiences for us. So I believe that, it's cool. I think he's all right with all that. So coincidences have been kind of rampant in my life lately. I've been going through a major change that I don't want to beat the dead horse on as much, for a lot of reasons. But it's an issue of, this is like a very large change is occurring in my life. And I think it's a change for the better. I think it's a positive direction. And I don't think it's like a change where I was going left and now I'm going right. I think it's an issue of things where I was traveling at 30 miles an hour. Now I'm traveling at 60. How about that? That's kind of a change, right? Pretty significant. You doubled your speed. I see it more being like that. I see it like I'm still kind of heading in the same direction, but I think a lot of things are going to start to happen quickly or quicker. So I am enjoying the ride like no other. The big conversations I was having with my friend yesterday, in fact, is I am truly at where I'm at right now. I'm excited because I know no matter what, I am going to have an answer to what's ailing me, if you will, right now. I know it in my heart. I know it in my soul. And I'm reasonably sure I know what the answer is going to be. I've never felt anything so strongly. And again, this is, I've always said, I think it's super duper important to follow in your intuition. So whenever you've got some sort of some issue going on in your life, it's really a good time to kind of still yourself, silence yourself, meditate, kind of go within a little bit, and really try to, or pray to God, or talk to your angels, or whatever. All that stuff is kind of similar. And really listen to the answer, and really listen to see what comes back, and really appreciate the fact that you are being spoken to by higher forces, yourself, higher self, by God, by Jesus, by Allah, by Buddha, by whatever you believe in, by angels, by all that stuff. You're being spoken to, and it's a very profound moment when you start to realize that we have friends around us all the time. There was a time in when I lived in Tennessee where I was very, very, very alone. I was stranded, living with people I didn't want to be living with. It was really, really, that was the lowest of my lows. I've never been lower than this. I was suicidal at the time. It was a horrible time. And I really came to the conclusion that I was never alone. And I really wasn't. Not just when I was literally alone in the house. I was still not alone. So it's pretty profound. And so I've become very, very aware of what goes on around me, little coincidences that happen day to day, and really trying to pay attention to my intuition and listening to it, speaking with it, and letting it be. Your intuition, it's kind of like when you're driving and you're not 100% sure if you should go left or right, and you go, I'm going to go left, right? You just go with the feeling, right? That's what intuition's for. It's not that it's necessarily right or wrong. It's leading you in the right direction. Your intuition might say, make a right here, but ultimately up the road, you're going to end up making a left, then another left. But, oh my God, now I finally found where I was trying to go. It's leading you in the direction that you're trying to get. You've got a destination in mind. Your intuition's helping you get there. So it's very, very important. And again, it's not an issue of being right or wrong. It's an issue of it's helping you get to where you need to go. So maybe right now I'm angry and it's causing me to do things. And then a week from now, I'm not going to be angry and I'm going to choose different choices. But in that time, the maybe an individual, because I hadn't talked to him for a week, yes, unfortunately so relates to things I'm going through. But maybe that individual's like, oh my God, I miss him. And like in my mind the whole time, I'm like, God, I miss her. I miss her so much. It's unreal. But my intuition's leading me there. You know, it's perfect how it works out. So it is, in my sense, in my mind, in everything I believe in, it truly is the calm in the midst of the storm. So hence the name of this whole thing. And really what spurred this whole show, and I'm just going to get into it, because it was one stupid coincidence today, but it was actually very cool. And whether or not it works out to anything, because I don't know, I ended up sending an email with the song in it, and, you know, just, I don't know, whatever. We'll see what happens. Again, followed my intuition. I had no intention of ever speaking to this individual first. You know, I felt like they probably should speak to me. They kind of made their position clear. And I don't know, just it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I said, all right, screw it, I'll do this. I don't care. I mean, I got a real no. I'm not really stuck on any sort of rules. I ultimately interested in trying to get to the end point, right? I've got a destination in mind. I want to make it to Disneyland. I don't care if I got to go left, right, straight, what. I don't care. I just want to end up at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Yes, that was done intentionally for 2 reasons. All right, so I was having an issue at work. I got 2 minutes to go through this, which should be enough. I was having an issue at work. We have this thing. I work for Clear Channel Radio, and we have a thing where with streaming radio stations, this is probably just fun knowledge for anyone out there. When they play commercials, there's a program that we run in the background, if you will, that looks for those commercials. Actually, I'm sorry, the songs. Well, it does both. It looks for the songs, though, in this particular case. And we call it PNP, which means push now playing. And if the song plays, we need to keep track of it because there's royalties that have to be paid. So we go to great lengths to make sure that no stations have lost their PNP. And right now, I'd say we've got close to 2,000 streaming stations in our entire, thing. So there's a lot of them. So every day we run this process, and there's parts of it that I've actually invented that make it a little more efficient. It's kind of cool and groovy. One of the stations that we were having issues with happened to be a classic country station. First off, don't like country, but this person that I've talked about has helped me open my eyes to country, ironically. So there's this country station on, and I've been listening to the top 40 crap lately, and I've found songs that her and I relate to and sent them to her. I'm like, you should hear this song. It makes me think of you. And she's like, oh, my God, it's my favorite song. And it's like, geez, this is awesome. So I'm like listening to this country station. The first song right off the bat is one I knew from the top 40. I'm like, cool. Second song, boom, right off the bat, awesome song. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. Then suddenly the third song is a song I'd never heard before, and it was awesome. It said perfectly what I was feeling in my heart and what I was kind of hoping was the situation. And I was like, I have to share this. I don't know if she knows this song. I've never heard it before, but it's very, very cool. And so I sent it to her. But it was all in the process of me trying to figure out if this radio station was actually playing music. Because if they're not playing music, maybe they're a talk. I don't have to worry about this whole push now playing music thing. So again, it was just me trying to research and do my job and make sure everything's working out the way it should. And I find this bitchin' song, and I send it off to this person I care about more than anything. And I don't know. Here's where I'm at. But I know I'm doing the right thing. That's the thing. That's no matter what, I know I'm heading in the right path. My intuition has done me well so far, and I am not at a point where I'm gonna disagree with it. So I'm going with it. We'll see what happens. I'll keep y'all in the loop. But again, I'm sharing with you where I'm at. I hope this helps because I'm not just talking this crap, man. I'm actually doing it too. I live life just like the rest of y'all. So it's good times. All right, we cut to the end. It's a good deal. Dan Radio Style is the channel. Spirit Radio Dan Style at gmail.com. Give me a holler, and thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it as always. Bye.